guys, welcome to a Battlefield 3 montage brought to you by Windshear. In conjunction with this footage, I want to describe and talk about some industry news and some things I'm excited about and interested in. And looks like we might have a classic story of the tortoise and the hare here between Modern Warfare 3 and Battlefield 3. And it would appear that I'm going to give links to these articles in the description of this. But it appears that Battlefield 3 has just surpassed 10 million copies sold here. That was back in, I believe, well, that they actually just posted that here. That says February this year, 2012. And of course, in comparison to Modern Warfare 3, which basically sold 9 million copies on launch day alone. I mean, yeah, there's not much of a comparison there, but and I was one of those 9 million unfortunate souls that went down the Call of Duty path yet again. And I used to be a big Call of Duty fan, as all of you guys know. I was a big fan of Modern Warfare 2 and an absolute beast at it. I played that game over a month straight, a month cumulative of game time. 2.7 KD. I mean, I was the boss on that game, and it just didn't work for me with Modern Warfare 3, and I found Battlefield 3, and I found a new calling, and I think a lot of people are following that calling, and gradually just kind of losing that spark of Modern Warfare 3 as they move on to Battlefield 3, and then they're finding almost a new calling inside them, and I'm one of those two that just found out how wonderful this game really can be. And it's growing a huge base and popularity, and it's starting to become a real formidable opponent to Modern Warfare 3. And if I were the guys at Call of Duty, I would start. I'd be happy that my pockets are filled with cash right now, but the sales forecasts just aren't that good either with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. There's an article out now. I'll post a link to it as well. It's maybe the guys in the UK are smarter than the rest of us, but this is just in the UK alone. They put an article out stating that basically Black Ops beat Modern Warfare 3 in terms of sales just between its release in November 2010 and November 2011. In comparison, Black Ops sold 3.2 million copies, by the end of the quarter in 2010. In comparison, Modern Warfare 3 has only sold 2.8 million. So basically, Black Ops was better than Modern Warfare 3 in the UK's opinion. That, or they just saw what Modern Warfare 3 had to offer at the table, and they just weren't that excited about it. So that's pretty interesting to me, and this article just came out as well. So maybe it's losing steam on Warfare 3 and the whole Call of Duty engine. I'm tired of it myself. Can't stand Modern Warfare 3. I think it's one of the most abysmal games I've played in terms of map construction. And that's really one of the main fundamental problems of that game, is just the map designs. But one thing I'm kind of excited about with Battlefield 3 is its continuing development. It's not like they just put this game out and they're done with it. They take their time patching the game, balancing the weapons, and when they put out a DLC content, something you can go out and get a game expansion on, you don't just get maps, you get weapons. In the last DLC we got 10 new weapons, which is incredible considering how many. I mean, I don't even know how many guns are in the game already multiplayer, but it seems like an incredible amount of weapons as it is. So they're really expanding Battlefield 3, and now we got another DLC coming out that could potentially offer us some North American maps to fight in, whether that be New York City. I've heard San Francisco. It'll be the first time in Battlefield 3 history that we're actually, having some kind of North American maps, which I'm just all gung-ho about, because I'm tired of trying to pronounce these foreign names on these maps that these seem to run here in multiplayer. Kind of frustrating. Us Americans can't pronounce anything. So I'm looking forward to this new DLC coming out, and the new patch as well, because there are some balancing issues right now in multiplayer, but I'm confident DICE is going to correct that and patch that and make the changes necessary to improve the multiplayer gameplay. Not that it's suffering at all, but there's certainly some balancing issues. For example, with the 12-gauge frags and the MAV roadkills and those kind of things. But what I'm excited about too is just uh, the tournaments coming out with this game, and you know the kind of the excitement that this game's building behind it. I think it's getting a lot of momentum going here into the future, and it's going to be offering a lot in terms of just expanding people's game ability and improving people's first-person shooter skills. I mean, this isn't just a game like Call of Duty where you're panic wrapping the controller all the time. I mean, it just amazes me how much this game requires me to think on my feet, to kind of analyze how an opponent thinks. It's almost like a psychology game. When I see a guy and I know he sees me, I'm thinking, what is he thinking? And he's thinking the same about me. It's almost like a live chess match, if you will, a live chess gameplay. I like to play chess, but I mean, it's like you're trying to outsmart your opponent, and it's not just moving pieces on a board. It's you're the player, you're in the battle. How do you get tactics to flank that enemy? Are you going to throw a grenade, or are you going to use stealth? What are you going to do? Are you just going to go over the top and pull out a rocket launcher? You can hop in a vehicle. There's so many dynamics to this game that I've seen over comparison to Modern Warfare, where I'm just running around, quick scoping or getting quick scope. I've never was a quick scoper, but you know what I mean. Just running around the map, spawn dying all the time, and just trying to get that kill streak going. And it's fruitless compared to this game. But the stats are out now. Again, it's 10 million copies sold. I mean, that's a lot of momentum coming. And who knows what the future holds for this game with the rest of the year. With that new DLC, as far as I'm concerned, they can just keep putting that out time and time again. And that'll really help improve the dynamics of this game and keep it fresh. You don't want to have the same maps all the time, but if they want to improve this game, they can do that and keep putting out maps. And I don't know if they really need any more weapons or not, but that'll help out a lot. But I also want to talk about, I'm not a financial expert by any means, but EA did put out their balance sheet for the last quarter last year. And, it just amazes me how a company can have a net revenue in one quarter of over $1 billion. And in the last 9 months of the year of 2011, they have a net revenue of $2.7 billion. And yet they still lose money. Looks like, I was looking here at the balance sheet, just for last quarter, last year, they lost $183 million. And whereas their gross profit was about $500 million. But with, looks like marketing, they had a lot of marketing expenditures and, of course, research and development. I mean, that costs a lot of money, a lot of overhead. I mean, they got, upwards of 7,000 employees at this company. So obviously with Battlefield 3, they incurred a lot of research and development costs. Well, not that EA's incurring that; it's more of DICE. But I mean, I guess marketing and sales would be their cost, in addition with all the other games that they're running that year. But the point that what I'm trying to get at here is that their stock's dropping a little bit. EA, I'm not a big fan of EA either. I think they're just, we're the big titan out there, and we're just going to buy up all the little companies and, make good games. I mean, when they really have nothing to do with game development, it's more of a name brand that they just do, kind of like a franchise. But the point I'm getting at here is that there is some talk that they're going to start charging for, kind of like Call of Duty Elite has. They're trying to get into that area. There's an article I'll be talking about here. I'll give a link to as well. But they're talking about giving some kind of Battlefield Elite service. I'm just calling it that to compare it. But kind of like the Battlefield Battle Log, but they want to improve the service and maybe make some money off that, which, I'm all for. If it's worth it, go ahead, I just don't want to feel like I'm getting raped like I am with Call of Duty. Just getting charged for a Call of Duty Elite service so I can get a map pack, 2 months after the Xbox does. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So they may be trying to expand their horizons to increase their revenue sharing while, because that's a simple fix for them to develop a website or some kind of stat tracking or something like that, and not really have to incur that much cost to charge for that. So I'm all for that if if it's a good quality polished product. But you know, we'll just have to see what that brings in terms of whether or not it's successful or not. Other things I want to talk about and mention. The new patch is coming out. I'm waiting for those details to be announced. I expected them to be out on the 6th today, February 6th, the new patch. As soon as I get the information, I plan on making kind of like a PowerPoint presentation. Yeah, I said PowerPoint, boys. We're taking the next level here. I'm going to give you the PowerPoint presentation, new stats, equipment lists, weapons, loadouts, all that good stuff. It's going to be a beast of a project, but I think you guys will enjoy it and get a lot out of it. But just be patient with me. I'm just not going to start speculating about rumors about what the patch is going to incur. And, you know, I just, honestly, the information is not official yet. That's why I haven't put anything out yet about it. Despite other channels claiming they know, you know, what the patch is going to entail. That's all bull, guys. You can go to Battlefield Battle Log. That's, you know, that's where I'm getting my information. You can go to EA's website, all that stuff. You know, all that's all on Twitter and everything. So that information is not out yet. Don't believe the speculation. So once it comes out, and it will be at some point this week, I'm sure they'll come out with it. I'll spend some time analyzing the changes, try to get some videos compiled. But again, I want to create a PowerPoint presentation just specifically on detailing a website I found, and I've got authorization from the content provider there to kind of describe detailed damage charts. You know, how attachments affect weapons and all that, because it is kind of complicated. It kind of amazes me how you can play a game like this and really think about it that much in terms of, you know, well, do I want to put the grip or the bipod on, or do I want to run the suppressor or the heavy barrel? You know, it's just amazing how all that can be, you know, a direct. There's a lot of things to consider when you just throw on one little piece of equipment on a weapon, or your specific class loadout. So I'll be talking a little bit about that, so look for that video. But again, guys, Battlefield 3, I think it's where it's at. You know, I've hung up my Call of Duty spurs a long time ago. Yeah, I'm still kind of upset they got me for $100 in that hardened edition that I just, you know, I just never expected, you know, Modern Warfare 3 to be such a flop like that. I was really surprised. But again, the summary, the sales figures, at least in UK, is that it's losing steam, it's losing momentum. Black Ops was far more impressive just in the UK alone with sales figures. Battlefield 3 is increasing. It just seems like more and more people are getting involved in Battlefield 3. I think people are just getting tired of Modern Warfare 3 already, you know, just after a couple months. Whereas people are really getting more and more. I'm seeing lots of more interest pick up in Battlefield 3. Lots more curiosity. Just in my YouTube channel alone, it just seems like it's really picking up steam. I think more people are getting engrossed in the competitiveness of this game and realizing that it actually requires a brain to play rather than just you know, playing against kids that are 8 and 9 years old that really don't know what they're doing, and they just run around and they got obscene reflex skills and they can just, you know, panic wrap a controller just a little quicker than you can. So they're finding out that this game, again, takes a lot of skill, and it's more than that. It's just you feel a sense of being rewarded for playing this game. You know, when you outsmart an opponent, you think, yeah, I'm glad I outsmarted that guy. That was well played on my part, you know. So that's about all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, look for that PowerPoint presentation. I should have it out by the end of the week again, if assuming the patch is released out here on time. I've not heard anything otherwise. But thanks for watching. Appreciate all your comments and likes, and I've got lots more to come.